Hello friends, good morning, good afternoon. In this session, we are going to see identity in SQL Server. So let's start. What is meant by identity? Means we can apply identity property on column whose value increment automatically. Correct? Means suppose if there is a customer table and I'm there is a while creating the table, ID is the column and I'm applying ID integer identity 1 comma 1. So what it does actually from one value it start and one by one value will increment because we set identity 1 comma 1. Correct? Means based on the seed value and increment value it will increment, and no need to pass this column value while inserting data into the table. Correct? Means we have to pass the first name, last name, city, and Aadhaar card number. No need to pass this value because this is the one by one will increment. Yeah. And one more thing. Suppose I'm taking an one example. First of all, this is the student. Correct? Uh, Student table and ID is the column. Actually, in the example here, I mentioned there are 3 to 4 columns, but for your understanding I am dropping and creating this table again and again, so I am mentioning only 2 columns, ID and name, for our exercise. And here ID is the column integer and identity 1 comma 1. What it means actually, that value having the in means start value from the 0, sorry, start value from the 1 and increment by 1. Correct? Means here is the seed value. This is the first one value is the seed, and this is the increment value. Means whatever previous value in that column, I am first of all I am drop the table existing if exist. Suppose here if, yeah, means we are checking, yeah, that table is exist, then drop it. Yes, this is the syntax for this. Means drop table if exist student. Means suppose if it is exist, then and then it will drop. Got it? And yeah, I'm creating student table, correct? And integer means ID is the column and I am setting it as the identity 1 comma 1. Means this is the seed value and this is the increment value. If we set it as a 5, then next value will, first of all, this there is a 1 value, and then after that there is a increment by 5, then 5, after that there is 5 plus 5 10. So such that increment value is come into that particular column. And how to create the identity on the table of column? Actually we are creating the identity on the column. Correct? And for one table there is a one identity. So using the wizard we can create the identity, or using the query we can create the identity. Means from query we can create this, and from wizard how to create that identity. First of all I am dropping the table. Correct? Then go to the table, there is a new table, ID integer, then name, varchar 50. Okay, if we set allow null, then we can't do that. Actually we have to set it as a not null. And yeah, identity specification, you could see here there is a if we have to set it as a identity yes, and then it will automatically come identity specification as here. And here you can specify the value with whatever seed value and whatever the increment value. Got it? And save this table. I am saving it as a student. Yes, actually in the background this script is generating. Correct? There is a create table student ID identity 1 comma 1. on primary. Active primary is nothing but the file group. Yeah, and here is the means in the background there is a transaction is happening. So yes, if you have to save the query, then save it. Otherwise, no. Yeah. So if we see uh, select star from student, right now no values are no rows inserted, correct? And if I have to check what is the identity and is identity available or not, so identity on id column seed value is 1, increment value is 1, and and I am inserting one record into it. Yeah, here is the one record insert into student name, and name is the column name, and values, and we have to provide the that value for that particular name column. Yeah, one record is inserted, correct. And if you see select star from student, then yeah, because we are not miss no need to pass the id column value for this, got it. And we can check the check ident underscore current. With the help of that we can get the what is the latest value of the identity, we will get that. But before of that we will see the some characteristics of identity. Actually till the now means we got the identity concept, means suppose there is a id is the column and we have to increment one by one, and no need to pass that value, correct. So these are some identity concept. And one more thing, one by one we can see the characteristics. First of all, it allow only one per table. Means suppose if we are setting the identity on per column, then we can specify for only one time. Means suppose alter table student, means right now what I am doing, I am adding the one column and with identity, correct. Here identity is I am specifying it and adding the one more column. Right now we already have the identity on the student column, so if we execute it, then we are getting a message like only one identity column per table is allowed, got it. And second thing, add the identity after the table creation for the new column. So here is the creating miss. Right now in this structure table is, we are creating the table but there is a no any identity is mentioned. And right now what I am doing, I am adding the one, what I am first of all I am dropping the table, then I am creating the table, correct. And here we have an facility, means suppose the identity is not available on the table, then we can add, but not on the existing column. Here I am adding the enrollment number integer with identity 1 comma 1, so it possible. That is the output, got it. And second thing, suppose here I am, there is a one another different characteristics, like first of all I am dropping the table it for your uh, miss understanding. I am creating the one table miss student, right. And what I am doing here, I am here student is the alter table student, add alter column. Previous in previous scenario we added the column, here I am altering the column, correct. So it is not possible. How? Yeah, if we altering means the existing column, so it is not possible. It will showing us the error incorrect syntax near the identity. For existing column we can't create the identity after the table creation. We have to add, means instead of id we have to add the new column as a add enrollment number integer identity 1 comma 1 not null. So then and then we can add the identity after the table creation, or otherwise we have an option while creating the table you can add the identity. Got it? Then next, how to insert the data in identity column explicitly. I am dropping the column. Sorry, I am dropping the table. Correct? And how to insert the data in identity column? Yes, for an example, here is the student table I created. Identity is added. Correct? If I'm inserting, there is a one record. Yeah, it is successfully inserted. Correct? Yeah, and I am inserting two to three different records in it. Amol, then Nitin. Correct? So three records are inserted one by one. This value is incrementing. Correct? If I have to say, insert, there is a fourth value. Can I? So for that, if I have to insert, let's say eight value, we can insert. But before of that, these are the statements we required. It is the necessity. We suppose there is a one, two, three, and there is a in gap. There is a fourth record you deleted. And please see carefully. I am not mentioning any primary key over here. Correct? And if we delete, there is a second record. And if we have to insert the second record again, then we have to use the identity insert student. Let's say I am deleting one record in front of you, means let's just delete from student where id is equal to 2. Correct? So second record is deleted. Correct? And I have to insert that second record. So it will insert. Yes, select star from student. So let's see, previously it was a Amol, right now it is a Anil. Correct? So second record is inserted, means we can with the help of this identity insert, we can insert the data explicitly. Got it? And we can provide the name of the column as well here. And second thing, uh, if we insert, there is a right now I am inserting 100. What will happen? I am instead of Anil, I'm mentioning the Amul here. So right now, if you see, there is a 100 value is inserted, and if I am inserting one more record again, so what is the new value? New value will be the 101, because based on the whatever maximum value in that column, it captures that, and adding one value means increment value in it, and then the new record will insert. Got it? And conclusion is that, suppose if we manually insert identity value less than the current identity value, then no change in identity. And if we insert the data, means insert the record into the table, means column, and which is greater than the identity value, means like 3, and we inserted 100 here explicitly, then based on that, the means identity value is changed. Correct? From 3 to 100, means it take the maximum. Say then in this case, then our inserted value plus 1 is the identity value. Mean next value will be the 101. That is the conclusion. And one more thing, suppose in case I have to insert the null value. Can it allow? Let's see. Select star from student, and right now these are the 5 records in it, correct? And I have to insert the null value here. Is it possible? No. Default and null value are not allowed in identity column. Then can I update the identity? This is the fifth property. Update student set stop, and I am selecting the data so that I will get it. And ID is equal to 500, where, or I can say 5 for timing, and ID is equal to 2. So what will happen? Update student set ID is equal to 5, where ID is equal to 2. Can we update that? No. So cannot update the identity column. And be careful. Right now I am not making any primary key on that particular column identity. Means it does not allow what we seen. It does not allow null value. It does not allow default value. And can it allow duplicate value? Let's try. Previously, here is the example, and I have to control X, and there is a Sham record is already present, and I have to insert the same record 1 and Sham. Is it possible? So let's try. If I can insert into Sham, yeah, no problem. There is a sham record and there is a not null. Miss, actually, miss, there is a, we are not applying the unique constant on it, so it can allow duplicate value. But I have to, but here is the 102 record is inserted, and I have to do the same record 1 comma sham. So what I am inserting here right now, there is a student is the table ID, because I am explicitly adding, I am making the insert identity insert on and off, correct? Off. Here is the miss. I am just pausing it and then insert the value and then making it as original. So this is the syntax, and yeah, I have to mention the sham name, correct? One and sham. It will allow. Yeah, good. Means we can insert the same value. Means it will allow duplicate value. This is the sixth property of the identity. In primary key, it does not allow duplicate value, but in case of the identity, it allow duplicate value. Please see carefully. Yeah, and means from interview point of view, they will ask you in a different manner. Null can allow? Yes. No, null can't allow in the identity. We can update the identity. No, we can't update. So first of all, do the this commands or this query practically, then you will get the ex- miss, actually your fundamental concepts are clear, then you can have that experience, or you can promptly talk with your interviewer. No, we can't do the update identity column. We can insert the duplicate value in it, but if we are setting it as a primary key, then we can't apply. Means in the most of the example, means while creating the table, actually in the practical life, means most of the table we are setting it as a identity 1 comma 1 primary key. So why? Means they will ask you, yeah, it allow duplicate value. In this case, it can't allow because primary key. If I remove, it will allow. Yes, because identity can accept the duplicate value, but it won't allow null value. So these are the some means they will confuse you, but don't be confused. Do the all the commands practically, and then you will get the hands on it. And yeah, so you can answer any questions to them easily. And next one, how to disable the identity on table. So here table is created, correct, and we have to disable the identity. So refresh it means I right now I am showing you with the help of the design point of view. So here student table, right click on it, design, and after that there is identity specification. So make it as a no, save it, yes. So in the background query will generate, correct. You can execute this query in copy it, and other session you can execute it. Right now I am saving it a query, saving this query, correct. So select star from student, and if you alt F1. So yeah, no identity column is defined. Actually what I did, I did the I did disable the identity with the help of the designing point of view. So I am creating it again, and yeah, yeah, the table is already available. So what I will do, I will drop the table first, and then with the query point of view I have to show. First of all, there is a drop table, correct, and right now I am creating the table again. Okay, so if you click on this table, then yeah, increment value is 5, and identity is the increment by 5, and id is the identity value, means id is the column who having the identity, correct. Let's say I have to show you two things here, means first thing first, I am inserting the sham value, and then next value I will show you there is Sunil, correct, and select star from student. So two records will insert, 1 plus 5 is equal to 6, then again there is a 5, means 6 plus 5 is equal to 11. So in that way identity will create, means identity increment value uh, will increment the value in the that latest value of the, means max value of the id column. Yeah, and as I said, from query point of view, disable the identity control. Yeah, this is the query. Is in the background. I will explain all the things you means related to the transaction, how transaction start the transaction, commit the transaction. Yeah, means here transaction is, this is the previous one, begin transaction and commit transaction, and this is the second one, means in that table is created tmp underscore student, means physical table is created in the background, and after that there lock escalation, and after that there is a insert into tmp students, means we are inserting all the data of student table into the tmp underscore student table. Right now what we have to achieve, means we have to disable the identity with the help of query, and yeah, this is the commit, and here at the end they are giving us the in written format, means whatever that select query view definition object and has params permission by name. So execute it. Yeah, means there is alter permission, view permission, and control permission. So here changing any part of the object name could break the script of the stored procedure. But in the background, the we enable the I means disable the identity, correct? So let's see. Y- Yeah, means that identity is disabled. Means there is a no identity column is defined. Means we seen with the help of the query as well as we seen with the help of the design point of view. Then next one is how to check the identity value, means whatever the current identity value of the uh, table, correct? So let's see. First of all, this is our student table, right? And it having the value as a 6. If I'm inserting two more record or yeah, insert fail because cannot insert null value. Why? Because we disabled the identity. So what I'm doing, actually I'm executing, miss, I'm dropping the table first. Sorry, on practice database. Yes, and there is nothing in it. Yes, execute it, and yes, means multiple time you have to insert just for a, yeah, means there is a for 1 plus 5 6 6 plus 5 is equal to 11, so such a like that. Here 86 value right now, correct? How to check what is the maximum, what is the current identity value of the particular table? So this is the ident underscore current, and we have to pass the table name, then you will get the current identity value. Means this is the function, it will return us the identity value of the particular table. And one more thing, uh, using this command you can also check the current identity value. dbcc check ident student, means here we are getting the message, means 86 is the current identity value, current value, current column value 86. Got it? And next thing, how to check seed value, increment value, and current value. So this is the function, means ident underscore seed, ident underscore current, and ident underscore increment. So yeah, so seed value is 1, increment value is 5, and current identity is the 86. And one more function related to the identity, min and max. Yeah, what is the minimum value of the identity? 1. And right now, what is the maximum value of the identity column? Yeah, so this is the, here we have to provide as it is, miss identity call, and yeah, then you will get the exactly min and max identity value of the table. What is the seed, what is the increment? Yeah, these are the some predefined functions of the SQL Server. Using that you can check the identity related, yeah, values. Okay, then next is how to reset the identity value. When you will require to reset the identity value, actually reset identity value, means suppose here is a table like the select star from student, correct? Actually in last session we also seen, when we see there is a difference between the truncate and delete. Truncate will reset the identity but delete will not. So suppose I am deleting the some record, means or all record delete from student. So what it will do, it will delete all the records, correct? So delete from student, got it? And there is a nothing record. But you check first of all, right now I am just checking the identity value. Yeah, current identity is 86. Means suppose if I have to insert any record in it, then what will happen? Actually, there is a one record affected, and right now 91 is inserted. Means if you are inserting all the records from 91, so it is not the good practice. It we have to miss insert the data from one ID. How to reset that? So there is a dbcc check ident is the command. With the help of that you can do that. Yeah, first of all I am dropping the existing table. Yes, and I am creating the fresh table. Yeah, identity 1 comma 1. Previously we seen there is a 1 comma 5, but yeah, 1 comma 1 I am using it. Yeah, and I am inserting two records in it. And sorry, again two records. Correct? Means right now four records in it. Right? I have to uh, means start the record from the zero. What I will do? First of all, I am deleting all the records of the current table. Right? So no record in it, and see the identity value of it right now for, so I have to reset it. Correct? So I am executing this command dbcc check ident, execute it. And so let's see. Yeah, here is the current identity value is the 0, right? So then execute the first command. Yeah, and then start, select. Yeah, 1. Yeah, means from this 1 we can insert the data for, means if you have to do any testing or then identities, we have to reset the identity, and then we see the command for that. Means dbcc check ident student reset 0. So miss from one identity value you can insert the data. So right now it will show us the 4 identity. Got it? And next one means we reset the identity value. Correct? Means using the dbcc check ident we reset the 0 value. And one more thing, suppose can we change the seed and increment value? Because identity having the two values, like this is the seed value and this is the increment value. Correct? Sorry. Yes, how to do that? First of all, using the wizard, we can do the particular miss increment value. But before of that, what I am doing here, actually, dbcc check indent, then student received 5. So if I am making it as a 50, execute it. So what will happen? Right now it showing us the current identity value is 4, and I am making it as a right now 50. If you select it and then yeah, execute it, right now current identity is 50 and plus 1, means the new insert, the new record will get the identity value as 51. If you see, select star from, so yeah, Shambhu. So such like that means we can it change the seed value. Got it? Means from 50 onwards you will get the data in it. So such like that we have to provide the value here over here. And there is a next thing, means increment value. If you have to increment this value, means suppose there is a two step, means there is a one, then third, then fifth, then how to do that? I am first of all I am refresh the table. Means from design point of view I am showing you. Right click on it, design, and go to the identity, click on it, and here identity specification. So here identity increment, you can make it as a 3 or so 2, means 1 plus 2 is equal to 3, 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. So such a gap. Yeah, here in the background query will create, save and yeah, replace it, no problem. And if you see, and right now it having 5 records, correct? And you insert one more record, and yeah, 51 plus is equal to 2, 53, and then again I'm inserting one record, then yeah, 55, correct? And just select it, then the increment value will be the 2 and seed value is your, means whatever you provide at the initial point of view, this is the seed value, and current identity is the 55. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like it, please share it and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much. Bye bye.